Chapter 6 of Runner. Let's just skip this, I said once we'd crossed the street and were standing in front of Java John's. Melissa shook her head. I'm not going to let those morons ruin my day. She pulled the door open, and there wasn't much else for me to do but follow her in. At the counter stood a dark-haired guy with a little goatee. Melissa looked at the menu board and ordered a latte and an almond biscotti. You can pick it up at the end of the counter, the guy said after she paid. What can I get you? He asked, and as I stepped up to the cash register. I felt in my pocket for change. I had 3 quarters and some dimes and nickels, enough for a coffee but nothing more. Size? Small. Anything to eat? I shook my head. He pushed a button on the register. That'll be $1.08. I'd forgotten about tax. I pulled the change out of my pocket and laid it on the counter. I was 3 cents short. He reached to a little plate with pennies on it, took 3 and added it to my coins. Melissa was sitting at the only window table. I carried my coffee there and sat down. Don't let him get to you, she said. You're not the coward. He's the coward. I took a sip of the coffee. It was bitter, and I wanted to get away from her. I need to get some sugar, I said, and went back up to the counter. When I returned, she fiddled with her cup a little, and then looked at me again. You were brave in class today, Chance. You were the only one who was. Fighting isn't the only way to be brave, you know. Could we talk about something else? For a long time we both sat, neither of us saying anything. Then she smiled. Let's talk about the Lincoln Light. I wasn't sure I'd heard her right. You mean the school newspaper? Yeah, I'm the editor, you know. I shook my head. No, I didn't know. Well, I am, and I'm looking for writers, people who are willing to take on controversial topics. I think you'd be great. So that was it. That's why she wanted to talk to me. I can't write for the Lincoln Light, Melissa. Why not? I've got nothing to say. Everybody has something to say. You write about things you care about. I don't care about anything. Yes, you do, she said, her voice angry. Otherwise, you wouldn't have said what you said in class today. You care about the truth. She paused. At least, think about it, okay? We meet every other Friday night at the Blue Note Cafe. If it's up on 32nd Avenue at the top of the stairwell that leads down to the beach. Even if you didn't write, you could help with proofreading and stuff like that. We need new people, Chance. Besides, what else are you doing? I looked into her eyes. They were open and honest. She wasn't pretending. She really did want me to join her newspaper staff. I'll think about it, I said. Okay, she said. She took a sip of her latte, finished her biscotti, and then stood. I've got to get going. See you tomorrow.